She was running and screaming and scared for her life. That testimony from a former assistant to Sean Diddy Combs describing an alleged encounter between him and Cassie Ventura on vacation. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Kira Phillips.
And I'm Terry Moran. That's our top story this hour. The latest alleged victim, who's now using the pseudonym Mia. She's testifying about what it was like to work for Sean Diddy Combs. She also testified that he sexually assaulted her while he was her boss. Her testimony follows that of the celebrity stylist Deontay Nash. She testified that on one occasion, he saw Combs beat his then-girlfriend Ventura until her head hit the bed frame. She started bleeding.
Combs has pleaded not guilty to all the charges of sex trafficking, racketeering, and transportation to engage in prostitution, and denies all allegations of wrongdoing. Legal contributor Brian Buckmeyer joins us now from outside court there in New York. So what do you make of Mia's testimony, Brian?
Very impactful, Kira. I actually just left court now, and while the court and the judge tells us we're not allowed to describe Mia, in fact, sketch artists are not supposed to be sketching her, I can tell you that she speaks very softly, so much so that you have to lean in to hear her. She does have very large bangs, and she almost is speaking in a way that she's looking down and is very muted in the way that she's describing these events. But the interesting thing for me is that the government isn't really focusing on the forced labor or some of the allegations that she, as a victim, is accusing Sean Combs of through the government, but a lot of it is corroboration of the violence that Sean Combs is accused of to Cassie. Some of the events of her having to run out of rooms with Cassie for her safety, and also the violence and the threats and just the belittling and humiliation that Sean Combs put on allegedly not only Cassie, but also her.
So a corroborating witness there building the prosecution's case against Combs. And there was also this celebrity stylist, Deontay Nash, also a corroborating witness?
Yeah, absolutely. Some points of his testimony a little interesting, to say the least, as Xavier Donaldson, the defense attorney, cross-examined him. I think it'd be safe to say that the two of them got a little sassy at times in the way that they asked questions and answered them. There were some chuckles from the jury and the courtroom, even though a lot of the topics were very heavy. Again, Nash is a stylist both for Combs and Cassie, and a lot of the information that he provided was, again, corroboration of what we've heard from other witnesses. Another point of view, if you will, as to how people perceived Sean Combs' violence towards Cassie. How Cassie, even at one point in time, was in a hotel, not on the first floor. Nash wasn't really specific as to what floor exactly, but when she found out Combs was looking for her, she tried to hang over the balcony to escape from him, and ultimately was ushered out of that hotel through a side door, just highlighting some of the alleged fear that Cassie had about Sean Combs being even close proximity or angry towards her in whatever perceived way he felt he was justified in doing so.
All right, Brian Buckmeyer there for us outside court. Thanks, Brian.